all week, and it reminded me of, I don't know if you ever saw the show Bridgerton on Netflix, if anybody's watched that. And last week we were talking about self-confidence and how everybody loves a confident man, not arrogant, confident, right? You want that man that oozes his sexuality and his confidence, and he has purpose, and he knows who he is, and he can stand in that, and he draws you in, right? And that's like that show Bridgerton, where you see the Duke and everybody was all like, oh my God, he's so hot, right? Because you just liked watching him and watching him talk and walk and everything. So there's this dance, this attraction, right? When two people are into each other, you notice the little things, the way they smile, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they drink their coffee. Every little subtle movement you're paying attention to, and it draws you in. So it's the same thing when you're talking about the divine masculine and divine feminine aspects. There's this dance between those parts of you. Now, a lot of times we're at war or we're unbalanced. But when you guys are together, when those two parts of yourself are together, there's this dance back and forth where you walk with a little bit more grace. You walk with a little more purpose. You know where you stand within yourself. There's that unity. So to get into a little bit more depth of that, what would describe feminine energy? So feminine energy would be intuitive, nurturing, healing, calm, emotional awareness, and the expression and communication of those emotions. That's the feminine energy within all of us. The masculine energy is logical, reason, the energy of action, firm. There's an ease of acquiring material things or material needs or wealth, a survival, and common sense. So those are those aspects of the feminine and masculine qualities within us. And an unhealed feminine or an unbalanced feminine would be somebody that feels unloved, unworthy, isn't valued or treasured. And so they act with that in them, right? Where they're people pleasing, they're always in and out of relationships, they can't sustain a relationship. There's this unbalanced feminine energy because they don't know their worth. And then the unhealed masculine is that the masculine within us that isn't present. They're checked out. They're not able to make decisions. They feel that you can't really trust them. That male presence where you don't feel safe with them. You don't trust their judgment, things like that. So that would be an unhealed masculine. And then, so an unhealed masculine would really live with a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, have a lot of aggression, be arrogant, throw temper tantrums because they don't know, they'll hold everything in and then explode. So that's an unhealed, unbalanced masculine. So when we're talking about unifying these two energies, when you think of unity, there has to be a level of intimacy. Like I said, going back to that dance, there has to be a level of intimacy and exchange between those two aspects of ourselves, where you are able to be vulnerable, feel connected. And then, and it's funny because I guess because I was thinking about the masculine energy, because he's the giver and the female energy is the receiver, there's that essence of when you're unifying, there's that essence of penetration, right? So that word kept popping in my head, and I'm like, well, that's an odd word to become, when I'm thinking about this, I had to actually look up the definition. And so that definition is a compelling power that achieves entrance. And when I was working on healing my masculine energy, and I had a coach that I was working with, she was very much into bringing in the cosmic, the higher self, and seeding it into you. She wanted that cosmic energy, that higher wisdom to penetrate your being, almost like planting a seed and allowing you to bloom, allowing you to blossom. And so when we worked and we chanted mantras and we did meditations and we did some healing stuff, it was really about bringing in that cosmic energy. So today I thought it would be a good idea to work with the Lord Shiva. So this is another deity, just like last week, where he is a warrior and he's that cosmic masculine energy. And he's the deity of universal life force. So the deity, he's basically one of the gods. He's part of the Trinity. And he's seen as a supreme being. So basically what Shiva does is he calms and harmonizes the mind, right? When you think of the masculine energy, a guy that's in his head a lot and unable to make decisions and doesn't take action, or his words and actions don't meet. That's what I'm talking about. So he calms and harmonizes the mind. He brings light to pure awareness. So he brings light to that pure awareness within us. And he's the energy that controls the mind to help counter emotional and psychological disturbances. So that's what this Lord Shiva does. And the mantra we're going to do today is Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So Om we know is the cosmic universal sound. Namah is the mantra of respect, reverence, surrender. So we're surrendering ourselves to this deity. We're surrendering ourselves to the presence of God. And when I think about that, it reminds me of the time that I sat with one of the nuns and I was trying to figure out what I was going through. And I wanted to talk to somebody that I thought was spiritual and that I respected. And she was telling me how when you go through the process of becoming a nun, you have to go through when you're a prospect, a whole psychological processing. And it really boils down to whether or not you had a good relationship with your father. And so the first process of becoming a nun is healing any father wounds you have. So they really go and they have to counsel this person and they have to go and resolve whatever issues they have with their father. Because for them, they were like, if you never had a father's embrace, that love of a father, where it was unconditional love, you wouldn't be able to accept the divine embrace of God and really be of service to him. So it was a whole process when you were a prospect and thinking about becoming a nun. And that was one of the processes, which was really interesting. So when I was going through my thing, she was like, you really have to start thinking about what are the wounds that you carry within yourself? What are your father wounds that you need to heal and resolve? What are your mother wounds? Those are the wounds that we hold within our womb. So when you think about that energy that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago with the feminine, where there's that fire and water energy, that yin and yang, that feminine and masculine energy, when you're resolving this within yourself, think about how a warrior forges a sword, right? It's first in fire and then it's in water. And that's, the sword is his sword of truth. That's what he fights with. That's his honor. That's his grace, right? His sword is his weapon. So it's the same thing for us within ourselves. We are our own power. We are our own weapon, and we have to come to the truth. So what this deity does when he's clearing our minds, and when you bring this down into you, you are kind of calling out your own ignorance and bringing in the knowledge that you need to really look at yourself and really process through where in your life do you need to shift and change. What is the real truth and what is a wound, and what do I need to do to heal that wound and go through those processes and get that help for that. So the benefits of this mantra are that it calms the mind, it helps you focus, it makes you bow before the power that governs us all. So it's surrendering to God. It's having that faith, having that that faith and that patience. It generates a sense of gratitude towards God, knowing that everything is working out for us, that everything is in our favor. And it helps drive our hidden strengths as you surrender to the Almighty. So it helps you to bring out to you your worth, your power, your truth. Because when you are fully activated in being who you are, there's really nothing standing in your way other than yourself. So it's really helping you to kind of resolve that within yourself. Does anybody have any questions before we start? Cool. All right. So let's get into our meditative position. You have a question?
Yeah, you said you said
Oma, Namaha, Namah,
Namah
Namah, Shivaya.
Shivaya. But you didn't,
Shivaya is Lord Shiva.
That's you didn't explain that when you explained the first two, right?
Yeah. Shivaya is Lord Shiva. So you're calling in that. So it's kind of like Om is the cosmic, the higher energy. Namaha is that reverence, that bowing, that you're consecrating that energy within you. And Shivaya is what he stands for.
Person,
Right, right. So you're bringing in that deity.
That's my fault, my bad.
No, it's fine. All right, so let's get started. So you want to get comfortable. I'm glad the fireworks stopped. Take a couple of deep breaths. Remember to breathe in, expanding your belly up into your chest. Exhale, deflating your chest, pulling your belly in. Feel yourself settling into your body. Feel a deep sense of calm overcome yourself as we connect to our nervous system, resting in our presence, resting in our being, resting in the now moment. And we're going to ask ourselves the first 4 soul questions. As I ask these questions, say them in your mind and allow whatever needs to show up and let it go. Allow your thoughts to flow in and out like clouds, not attaching to any stories. Ask yourself, who am I? And allow any thoughts, sensations, or feelings arise. Who am I? What do I want? This is an experience. What do I want? What is my purpose? What am I grateful for? I want you to say your name. I want you to say in your mind over and over again, I am, and your first name and last name. And as you say this, allow any thoughts, feelings, or sensations to arrive and just observe. I am, your first name and last name. I want you to drop your last name and just say, I am, and your first name over and over again and see what shifts. And now drop your name altogether and just repeat over and over, I am. Now we're going to begin our mantra. But before that, I want us to practice breathing. So I want you to imagine our chakras like we did before, starting at our root, and I want you to breathe up. So starting at your root, I want you to feel your breath come up and out the top, almost in a circular motion. So as you breathe in, the air is coming up, and then as you breathe out, it's circling back down. In, up all your chakras, back down. In a circular motion. All the way up, back down. And I want you to change the direction, and I want you to breathe down. So from the top of your head down into your root and out, back up. Breathe in from the top of your head down into your root, and then breathe out, pushing the air up and out. We're going to begin saying our mantra out loud. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Now continue to say it, but say it a little softer, almost like a whisper. Om Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. And I want you to quietly say it in your mind and connect the mantra to your breath, circulating your breath from your root up to your head. So as you breathe in, you're saying Om, and as you breathe out, you're saying Namah Shivaya, and you're feeling the breath come in through your root and out through the top of your head. And as you continue to say this mantra, I want you to imagine yourself as a warrior. Where your back is a little straighter, your shoulder is a little broader, your chin is up, your chest is out. You feel taller, you feel more powerful, you feel majestic. This is when the foundation of who you are, the essence of your being, connects with your power, your worth, connects with your heart and your purpose, connects with your speech, where your speech and your words are powerful. Your speech and your words are the poetry of your inner harmony. This is where your third eye is activated, where you are completely connected to your higher self and your inner wisdom, your inner knowing. You are connected with the God within yourself. And you know that with this great power comes great responsibility. So for every moment and every action you take full responsibility. You're connecting your logical mind with your wisdom heart. You move forward in the essence of who you are and in your inner being, strong, capable. You are a mountain. You are firm. You are healthy. You are strong. You are capable of anything. You are a creator in your being. You know what needs to go and what needs to stay. You are able to attract your feminine qualities and bring that into you. You know that your emotions are your power, your heart is your power, your knowledge is your power. You stand tall as an intelligent being. Allow yourself to just take a moment to feel the power within yourself. And as you look at your warrior, you know that your sword is that of truth. as we allow that mantra to settle in us, we know that we are bringing in all the elements, where Om is our soul, Na is the earth energy, Ma is the water energy, Shi is the fire energy, Va is the air energy, and Ya is the sky energy, the ether, space, essence, spirit. We feel all our chakras open to this energy, and we feel completely peace and calm. We feel this energy activating all the cells in our being, knowing that we have the power to heal ourselves. Release the mantra, and we will set our intentions. As I say them out loud. Say them in your mind and let them go. My voice is expressive, clear, and uplifting to myself and others. I have a healthy, energetic body. I have a joyful and compassionate heart. I have a reflective and aware mind. And I am light in my being. Take a nice deep breath. Bringing yourself back to the present moment. And bringing your hands to your heart, bowing in gratitude for giving yourself this moment this evening. And sharing the energy with all of us here present. Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Okay. Well, I am fully activated. I don't know about you. OMG. How are you guys doing? Everybody's good?